Welcome back to Movie Recap Zone. Today, I'm going to explain a romantic, comedy drama film from 2018 titled Blockers. Spoilers ahead, watch out and enjoy. The movie begins with Lisa dropping her daughter Julie off at kindergarten. There were two other parents as well, Kayla's father Mitchell and Sam's father Hunter. Julie soon makes friends with Kayla and Sam, since their kids have become friends, so the parents decide to be friends too. The scene then moves to 11 years later, where Julie, who is now a teenager, wakes up from bed and goes to school where she meets Sam and Kayla. Today was their prom night, so they talk about what should they wear. Later, Julie shares a kiss with her boyfriend Austin, then goes over to her friends to tell them that after the party, she's planning on losing her virginity that night. Upon hearing this, Kayla says that she's going to do the same with her boyfriend Connor. However, Sam feels a little nervous and says that she's not ready, but promises to do other wild stuff that night. While the girl talks, Sam sees Angelica across the room, who stares at her romantically. Ooh, I got a bad feeling about this. Later, Julie arrives home and sees a letter in the mailbox. When she opens it, she learns that she has been admitted to study at the University of California. She then resolves not to inform her mother, because of how she will respond to the news. At Sam's house, her mother Brenda and stepfather Frank sit her down to talk about her friendship life after high school. Brenda believes that once Kayla and Julie graduate from high school, she will no longer be friends with them since that is how life works. At Julie's house, Julie talks about her application to UCLA, which Lisa dismisses as a joke, saying that the University of Chicago is a better fit for her. Julie is currently at Kayla's place. Mitchell's eyes well up with tears as he realizes that his child is finally becoming a lady. Soon after, Kayla and her parents arrive at Lisa's house, where Sam, Frank, and Brenda are also present. They've all come to have a small party to commemorate their children's prom night. Upon leaving, Julie leaves her laptop on, and it's connected to her phone. Julie and Kayla start talking about how wild they want the night to be. And Sam also decides to give up her virginity to Chad as well. Sam's father comes in a limousine, but does not get a warm welcome. Lisa is surprised to see Hunter, because she did not invite him. Hunter is soon greeted by Frank and Brenda, and the situation becomes much more unpleasant for him. Later, Lisa enters Julie's room and reads her acceptance letter to UCLA. Kayla appeared shortly after, and together with their dates Sam and Julie are ready to depart in the limousine. Lisa tries to talk to Julie, but Julie leaves in a hurry and tells her mother that she loves her. As the limousine departs, the driver, Ruddy, greets the teenagers and advises them to have a good time. Lisa and Mitchell are sitting down to discuss Julie's admission when they hear her laptop banging in her room. They investigate and discover Hunter emerging from the toilet. The trio notices their children using emojis to chat and quickly deciphers it. The parents realize what their children are up to and decide to stop them, except for Hunter, who says they don't have to interfere in their children's business. On their way to school, Hunter tells the others that Sam won't make out with Chad because Sam is a lesbian. See, I told you I got a bad feeling about this. They quickly arrive at the school and observe the children enjoying a good time. When Sam sees Angelica, she approaches her and learns that she has split up with her lover. Angelica assures her that when she actually attempts to be with a man, then she will be able to figure out what she wants. Meanwhile, Kayla informs Connor that she is ready to make out with him. Meanwhile, the children decide it is time to leave the school and go to the lake house to have some fun. Hunter notices Kayla and Julie leaving and decides not to inform Mitchell and Lisa. However, Hunter quickly changes his mind when he sees Sam kissing Chad. He agrees to join Lisa and Mitchell's strategy because he doesn't want Sam to make a mistake she would regret. When the parents arrive at Austin's house to see if the kids are there, they discover Austin's parents playing wild games. When Austin's father, Ron, walks in on them, the situation quickly gets awkward. Ron confesses that the kids are at the lake house but refuses to reveal the address. Mitchell, on the other hand, claims that Marcy will recognize the lake house because she used to work there. In the limousine, the kids are having a good time. The parents arrive at Mitchell's house on their way to the lake house and begin searching through her documents for information about the lake house's location. Marcy catches them in the act and refuses to give them the location, claiming that the children have the right to privacy. However, Lisa finds a way to divert Marcy's attention and Mitchell is able to obtain the address. Marcy tries but fails to stop them, and the trio flees the house. The parents soon arrive at the lake house while their children are having fun inside, but they are denied access by the owner, who claims that the parents are not allowed. When the parents try to convince him that they are not the parents, he informs them that they must prove it. Mitchell is asked to participate in a beer chug contest, which he accepts. However, during the contest, the cops arrive, and all of the students, including Julie and her friends, flee. The kids want to go to the hotel for an after party, so their parents get in their car and start following the limousine. Unfortunately, Sam gets out of the limousine to throw up, and he throws up in Lisa's car, causing them to lose track of the kids. When the car crashes at the crash site, it becomes clear that each parent has their own motivation. Hunter feels bad for ignoring Sam during his bitter divorce from Brenda, who cheated on him. Mitchell is in denial about his daughter growing up. Lisa is having trouble letting go of her child and is angered by her intentions to attend a faraway university. While their parents wait for a taxi to come fetch them up, Julie and her friends stop at a store to change their messed up clothes. And while there, she discovers that her mother has been trying to contact her. Julie calls her, and the two get into an argument over the phone. Soon after, the parents realize that the only way to know where their children are going is to check Ron's phone. To steal Ron's phone, the gang heads to his house. After barging on Ron and his wife and discovering them playing a blindfolded wild game, the trio secretly sneaks in to steal Ron's phone. But Hunter and Mitchell end up joining in the game so that Lisa has enough time to steal the phone. Once they have the phone, they realize that the kids are going to a hotel and they quickly follow them. The kids arrive at the hotel to have fun, but Austin informs Kayla that Julie's mood is down because of her argument with Lisa. Kayla then tells Austin to give her the room and key, and she orders him to bring Kayla to the room in the next 15 minutes. Meanwhile, the parents arrive at the hotel and begin looking for their children. Lisa notices Kayla leaving a room and sneaks inside without her knowledge. Lisa moves across the room, realizing that what she is doing is bad, and as she prepares to leave, she hears Julie and Austin approach the room, prompting her to hide under the bed. Julie enters the room, and her mood immediately improves. She and Austin start right away, but they are completely unaware of it that Lisa is hiding under the bed. Mitchell is breaking into rooms in search of Kayla. Meanwhile, Chad and Sam are having a good time, and Sam ends up giving Chad some pleasure. Next, Hunter sees Chad across the building and chases after him, while Mitchell discovers Kayla and Connor having fun in their hotel room. Mitchell tosses Connor across the room, but Kayla tells him that nothing occurred between them. The two enter the room and begin conversing. In Julie's room, Lisa realizes that Austin and Julie love each other and secretly sneaks out of the room without the duo noticing her. Soon after, Hunter finds Sam and she informs him that nothing happened between her and Chad while the duo talks. Sam opens up to Hunter that she is a lesbian. Hunter is moved because he is the first person Sam tells about her preference. Hunter tells her to tell her pals about it because that's what friends do. Shortly after, Hunter, Lisa, and Mitchell meet up at the lodge bar. The trio reminisces about the events of the night and they are pleased that they have turned into proud parents. 3 months later, Sam and Kayla accompany Julie to UCLA. And as they leave, Lisa begins receiving texts from the girls on their group chat. The parents notice that the texts are filled with the girls' plans to make out without using protection and dealing with hard substances, and as the trio rushes to their car to follow their children, they receive a text informing them that it was a prank, and the parents also send a final text, "I love you too." Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit that like button if you did, subscribe if you're new, and at last, I would say stay well, stay safe, thanks.